FileMakerTraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I'll be your broadcast engineer for today. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you all. Hey, Nick, how you doing?
Hello, I'm doing better, by the way.
You sound
Last week,
much better.
last week was, it was awful.
Real quick, let's discuss schedule. Basically, this week we got 3 different Nick topics because Nick has a variety of topics he's finishing up and also a one-off day he wanted to do. With that all being said, if you'd like to support the channel, we would greatly appreciate it. We have 3 options here. Feel free to buy one of our training bundles. It's got a lot of video content. Basically, as I say pretty much every time I talk about this, every once in a while I get people who complain in my YouTube comments about they don't like the stream format. The stream format is the format for a couple of reasons. We like having a conversational dialogue with the FileMaker community. We think it encourages, basically, gets an avenue for people to get their questions answered directly instead of, there are many amazing forums for FileMaker, one run by Claris itself, and then also one run by FM Forums, who are both fantastic. But sometimes you want to have live questions answered. Sometimes you want to, you understand better via lecture and conversational discussion, and that's what the streams are all for. We cover a huge variety of topics. Our video training is very specific. It is basically meant to give you a really good grasp of how to make your own databases, to take you from a complete novice to someone who is very confident using the FileMaker platform over the course of about 100+ hours. So, if you want very specific videos that are probably like 4 to 30 minutes on very specific topics, you should go grab that. You can also feel free to grab it if you don't need the videos but want to support us anyway. You get the videos for free if you need them. Helps. With that all being said, I think I'm probably good. Nick, what are we doing today?
Hello. So hello everybody. So I'm glad to be back and I'm very happy. So I was missing this, right? So today we do an extended version of what I already did in the past. Knowing that is using relationship as a filter and search, right? So I mean, gathering a found set, okay, and not using perform find, but using a relationship instead, right? So, but we are going to use this in a peculiar way, okay? Um, Last time, so 2 weeks ago, so I was demonstrating how you can point use many record, right? You have a many record and you use one table with one record as a reference to get things, to tag things, right? And so it was like using our one table with one record, right? From multiple record. So now we are going to do the opposite. We are going to use one table with one record towards multiple records. So last time was multiple records to one table, one record. Now is one table, one record towards multiple records, right? So, and we are going to use this as a filter technique. So I already demonstrated that, but not in that particular way. Sometimes we want to build filters for many tables and for many things. And we want to gather information, but we want one table where you put all the filters there. Okay. So I'm going to do a demonstration here. Okay. So let's start immediately. Then we have more time. I might, I don't know if we have question or not. I might go over a little bit, but okay. So I have 10,000 records here, right? So the company names and department names and city, first name, last name, and I have answer yes, no, right? And a date, right? So I have things like this. So, and we want to filter those things, right? So uh, when you want to make a filter, um, and you want to get a thing like this, most of the time we use perform find, right? So, but perform find are flexible enough and they're slow, right? It's very slow. We want something fast, we want something straightforward, and something easy to mix and manipulate, right? So I'm going to create a new table that I'm going to call filters, right? So I have a table, right? And I'm going to remove all those things. So here, I want to search, for example, uh, by city, right? So I want um, I want to find cities, right? And or pretty much I want those things, right? I want this. I want all of those things. So I want to be able to filter with this stuff. So I'm going to copy those fields, right? And I'm going to put that on my filter table, right? With pretty much the same name. Um, but yeah, maybe I can change this as a date because otherwise it won't work well. So, and so I have cities, but this is a global field, you know, and it's a city filter, right? So I'm going to change the name slightly in the filter table. That's the city filter, and it's a global, you know, it needs to be a global. So because um, this is where you're going to put whatever you want to search for, right? If it's not a global, everything you do, everybody else in the network connected to this will see what you do, and they won't be able to input what they want. A global field are available only to you, and somebody else can use that field for its own purpose without bothering you, and you bother him, right? So that's why all those filters, all of them, they need to be global fields. Okay. Okay. So let's put them all globals. Okay. And I like to name them G, because then we know it's a global. So sometime I'm doing this, sometime I don't, because I have other information. So it depends. For the dates, it's different. Okay. So it's a global, but this is start filter. It's a date. I changed and I put that global that well. And of course, I duplicate this. This is that date ends, because you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a filter from that date, to that date, right? I'm going to do a filter like this. Oops, I forgot this one to be a global as well. Okay, so I have my filters, right? I have my dates, text, I have everything. So now that I have this, right, I have my table with all my globals, correct? So I want to be able uh, to, to search using relationship. So let's start with a simple example, right? So we start with this table here, right? And we go to that table, right? So I want to filter the cities. So I want to search by the city, right? So I have my relationship, and now I have my filter table here. So let's do it more beautiful, because this is, oh, I can do this. I like to do this, you know, layout name like not thing. Okay, layout name. And let's change this awful theme. I don't know why they keep this theme. Okay, so I have this layout name. Okay, so I want my filter. Okay, so this is my city filter. I can rename this like and say by city. Okay, and this I want this to be. I can keep it as is for now. You know, it's a pop-up menu with cities, right? So now I'm going to use a relationship to do that. So I can do something like this. I'm using the relationship, right? From the filter to the contacts, right? And I'm going to put their first name, last name, and company name like this. Like, let's put this. So to this to work in the filter table, I need one record. That's it. That this record will stay there. I don't need more. It wouldn't matter if I have more, but at least I need one record and stay with this. And then here I have my cities, right? And of course, I can do this, right? So I can change, um, you know, I can change the city and let's put some vertical, right? So I have my cities here, you know, right? So I have my contact with that city. So if I want to make sure that, you know, those are the records with the correct city, I can put the city here, and then we can make sure that we have the city, right? So I ask for Iowa City and Jacksonville, so they're all Jacksonville, right? And they're all Joliet, right? So this so far easy. You know that, everybody knows that. Okay. Now what I want to do, right? So I want to put that on the side, put that bigger. And I want to change this and make it a checkbox, right? So I know it's not beautiful, but it's just for the demo, right? It's just for the demo. This is awful, but uh, you know, for the demo that's enough. So now here, let's make this bigger and make it like this. Okay, so now, right? I want to, so I put no city is empty, right? And I want Annapolis, Atlanta, Bellevue, Bear, and Flint. So if I sort this by city, you will see that the filter, the relationship automatically sort out, by what I ask for, right? If I remove Flint, I remove Flint. Can put, remove, put, you know, Flint, remove Flint, down there, right? Right? So far so good, right? So and so I don't need to do a perform find for this. If you want to do a perform find, if you want to get the found set searching for multiple cities like this, you cannot do this with a perform find. It's impossible. You could do this with quick find, but not with perform find, right? Or with great difficulties, right? Because here I'm, on the fly, I can ask for, other cities, right? Right. So like this, and I get the results. Other thing, other benefits that you get out of this, okay? You can use, since it's a relationship, right? You can use this, right? Um, Accounts of this and count, I don't know, the city. So now here, right? I have a counter, right? If I get more, less, right? Right? 0, 94. So you can count. You have a count because you have a relationship. So you will say yes, or you can uh, you can count using our found count, right? Get found count. If you find and then you have the count. Yes, it's true. But the advantage of this system here, you get the count before to get the results. So I'm going to come there later. So far that's okay, you know. So we good so far. Okay. But now I want to do something different. I want the city, right? But also I want to filter by company name, right? By company name, right? So I want to filter by this, right? So I go there, I say, okay, put a pop-up menu, companies, right? And I want to add on top of this, right? I want to add the company name on top. So I want to filter by city and by company name, right? Right. So I need to go to the relationship and add on top of this the company name filter, you know, that goes to the company name. So now I have two predicates, you know, city and this, right? So now I said, okay, this is, you know, my cities for Adobe or for Apple or for Cakewalk, right? So if I remove this, you know, if I add more, you know, it changed, you know, because this and this now are combined. They are combined, right? They work together and they do like a pre-build like constraint. If you want to do that with a perform find, it's really complicated, you know, right? Do we agree with this, right? I'm asking the audience.
Yes. They're typing, so give them a second. Top Cat agrees with you. Can Bear agrees with you. Yeah, the audience
Okay,
generally agrees with you.
okay, so far so good. Now I want to make it a little bit more complicated. I want this to be a checkbox as well. So not only, right, I'm going to do you know, a filter combining, I want to filter by a city, by multiple city, and in the same time, multiple company name, right? So I'm adding a company name. I'm adding, or can remove, or add, remove, right? You understand? So if I sort this by city and company name, sorry, see, if I remove Amazon, I remove Apple, right? Add Apple, Amazon, Adobe, right? So, and I can add Akron or remove, or that's Akron, not Akron. Uh, Allentown, I remove. So, and to be honest with you, on the other side, right? On the other side, I don't have two records, I have 10,000, right? I don't have two records or 10 records. I have 10,000 records, which is significant. And it's significant, right? So now I want to go further. Let's add more filters, right? So I want to filter this also by the department name, right? So let's do this, right? So that department, right? And I have here the department names, right? So accounting. So this is for those cities, those company names, that the accounting, that the only record available with my, selection, right? See here, oh, I'm an Allenton with this and this. So the advantage of this, right? The advantage of this, for example, I ask for um uh what's the name? I ask for Bangor or Bellevue. Bellevue I have, but I ask also for I can ask for uh Bloomington. Bloomington, I can add it, but there's nothing in Bloomington that match this and match this as well. Now, yeah, for example, in Bloomington, I have one advertising that match one of the what I've selected here, right? So you see, I have combined, multiple are filtered together like this, right? And so I have multiple with multiple choice within it. And it's perfectly fine. And you can, so this is what I call filter by relationship, right? So do we have any questions so far? I bet we have.
Uh, is same a self-relation instead of a separate filter table? Question mark.
Yes, so it's the same of the self relationship, but I'm going away from the self relationship. Why? Is because I like to have my filter, I like to have a filter table with all the filter fields there, centralized, and then I can use this table for all what I want, you know, because otherwise you have everything is scattered. Everything is scattered, right? For example, um, here I'm using from one table to I'm using only the contact table, right? But I could have used the filter by cities for other table, right? For project or invoice. You know what I mean? I could have used the same fields, right? With a different relationship, but with the same field, right? So that's why I'm going away from the self-join relationship. And it makes everything simpler to know what's going on your filters. For example, I have an example here on a real world example. I knew the question was coming. So I have a real world example here, right? So a little bit more complicated, but so I have a table, a filter table, right? And I have my own world, T11, it's the filter world, right? And then if I go to the relationship map, yeah, this is the bigger one. So if I go to the relationship map, if you want to get me the relationship map, please, whenever you want. Okay. If I go to T11, those are my filters. Okay, right. So I have different type of filters, right? So, and they all go to the same table, but I have different type of filters. Not sent, active, less one, and you put your whatever description in the relationship, what this filter is doing. right? So it's everything centralized in one world. So even if you have multiple, let's say, for example, I want to create a filter, right? That goes to another table. That goes to the parcel table, right? And this is active, right? So I point this to the parcel table, and here, you can see here, I have a field that says active. So I can join this with the active, field where it says active, inactive, right? So now I have a filter. So I can see all the filters in one world, right? So right now, if I want, right? Why so slow? Sometimes it gets slow. I don't know why. But it will save it if you want. Yeah. So now I can show a poll, right? Oops. Can show a poll using that relationship, right? And um, showing the um, let's show the parcel number. It should be there. I have so many fields here. Whether blah, 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 blah. Oh, it's here. Parcel number, right? And I can put this with the scrolling stuff here, right? Maybe it's not the right field. I don't remember the field. It should have. I don't remember which field is. I know. But you understand the principle. So that means you have one table and you have all your filters there. Okay. Maybe it's another field. Maybe it's this one. I don't remember, to be honest with you. But anyway, so hopefully that would be the good one. With the latest version of FileMaker, this got a little bit slower. I don't know if you guys noticed this. No, it's still not there.
You've had issues with 21.1 specifically?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, this is it. So now, right, I have my filter here, right? But I have a lot of record on this table, hundreds of thousands. So that's why they're there, but that's a refresh issue, uh, you know. But anyway, you will see I'm not going to use that filter that way, right? So here I said I want active, right? Correct. I want the active one, but I could have done a different filter, right? This is a static filter, active, inactive, this static. But I can create a field. Maybe I can do the demonstration with my other file because this one is slow. So we're going to, so you get this principle. So let's get out of here and let's go and let's use this one. So I want to be able to filter and to decide. I want a filter like this one. Let's build one, right? So let's make it smaller, this. Oh, I can make smaller this one. Get this one like this. And I want another filter that I didn't put here, right? Which is the Boolean, right? The Boolean filter. So it's a J, it's the Boolean filter, right? It's a global field, of course. And I'm going to add this to this, right? So the Boolean filter can be, it's yes, no, right? Yes, no. It can be for anything. This is for accepted or not accepted. This is what I decided to do is for the demo, right? So I'm going to add this Boolean filter here. So this is the Boolean, the Boolean filter, right? I, I keep it as is for now, for the demo. And I'm going to now add this. So let's say I'm going to add more thing here to have more, right? Right. And I want yes. All of those are the yes, right? Or I want the no. Those are the no. So I can add the file here, the field here, right? Accepted. So that's small, so I can put that this. This is a no, and this is a yes. Now you will say, yeah, but I want both. I want the yes and the no. Well, you do this. You have the yes and the no's, right? You understand? So you can say like this, right? So how you can present this, for example. So that I'm showing you the flexibility you have using that technique, right? So let's do this. Let's do like this. Add a pop-up menu, and you say, this is the Boolean. You say yes. You say no, but you can say all, right? So now I have this, right? I have yes, I have no, right? Yes and no. But now I want to address the all, right? So how the all works, right? So this is not the best demonstration. Normally, well, okay, I'm going to do the good demonstration. This is a Boolean filter, and the Boolean filter is a remote control of another field, right? Also a global. And this link, I'm going to use it in the relationship, not the J, not this one. In the relationship here, I'm going to use this one. It's a remote control. I'm going to explain that to you, right? This field here, the link, it's a remote control of the Boolean filter. So you remember in this field, I can input all, yes, no, a free choice. But this one is the one I'm using for the relationship, not this one. And this one here, what we say. If the filter equal all, then what I want, a list of yes and no. Otherwise, I want the filter. So if the filter is all, that's why I need a remote control. That means this is where I'm going to input all, yes or no. And this field, this is where I am now. I'm in this field. I'm in the definition of this field. This field is going to return different result based on what I'm asking for. Demonstration. This is the global field, and this is the link I'm using in the relationship. So if I say yes, it say yes. If I say no, it say no. If I say all, it say all. I said all. Then this return yes and no. When I say yes, it said yes. If I say no, it said no. All. This is how you do an all technique. This is how you do an all technique without using the one technique. Maybe Marge, you can send the one technique in the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Because the one technique, you don't want to do that for everything. But here, with this technique here, right? For this technique here, I can use this I mean, with this technique, I can use the same for the department name. For example, right? For the department name, I can use that also. I can use this technique, you know. So I want all, right? So, and you can do that also in a different way. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. Let's say I need to blank this city filter. I need to blank this. Okay. Remember, a relationship. See, if I blank all of those, if I blank everything, it won't work because a relationship, if you have nothing here, it doesn't show anything. But I want this to cancel itself. That means if I have none selected, that means I want all. I want the opposite of what the natural behavior of the natural FileMaker behavior. I want the opposite. So I want, when I have none, for example, here in that case, I want all the 10,000 record to show up here because I selected no cities. That means I don't want to filter by city. I want leave me alone, right? So this is how you do. Let's do the city. This is a link, right, for the city filter. So I'm going to create this. So it's the same as this, pretty much, you know. It's the same as this, but I will say if is empty, the city filter, that means I have no city. What I want, guess what I want. I'm pretty sure you never see that. So I'm, you know, value list item. We don't need that. And the name of the value list is cities. Otherwise, I want the city filter. That means if the city filter, the field, the global field where I'm choosing I'm picking the cities. If this is empty, that means I want all what's inside the value list. Because this here, but I have it here. You know, so this return all the content of all the value list is the content of the value list, right? I can ask for department. So if I put the, you know, this is the value list of departments or whatever companies, right? So you, with this value list item function, you can get the content of a value list. You get the content of whatever this return, right? Just you need to put the name. So I did for, I did the link for the city. So let's do the link for all of them. For the company filter, right? So double click here, change the calc. If it's empty, the company name filter, then I want companies. Otherwise, give me what the filter is. Let's do the same for the departments, right? So if the departments filter is empty, I want all the departments. Otherwise, well, I want what this says. If this empty, I want all. Otherwise, so I want all of them. So now I have all my filters. I have for the boolean, for the city, the company, and the departments. Now, in the relationship, I'm not going to use the filter itself. I'm going to use the link instead. The one that is remotely controlled by the global field, right? So I have all of them like this, right? So now this is what happened. Now I have 10,000 records. 10,000 records. Because I'm going to move this a little bit here. Yeah, I know the screen is big now, but right. So I want to see what this city link returns. It returned all the cities because I said when it's empty, when this is empty, this field is empty, show me, I want all the list inside this field. That means he's showing me all. If I pick one city, boom, now I have only 36 records. If I blank it, boom, I have all the cities. I have 10,000 records the other side. So let's see what happened when I put the company, right? To the company and the departments. And the body and up here. So I have all the city, all the company, all the department name. And here, since I said all, I have yes, no. If I start to mess around a little bit, I said, okay, I want Athens, Adobe Apple, accounting advertising, and I want yes only. I want record. If I blank everything, as I blank, it starts, let's say this one is blank. So I have all the cities. This one is blank. I have all the company, but I said, oh, I want only the department name, right? Only the department name advertising. So I have only advertising here. That's the 333 record advertising. And yes, but I can say, yeah, but I want the nose. Or I want the all, right? So it changed, correct? So do we have any questions so far?
Yes, we have multiple. So, how about adding a text field to search by some text typed in, i.e. partial
Okay,
name?
so no, this does, okay. This, I can show you, because I need to go further in the demo to show you this, right? You can mix both, okay? You can do that. But now that I have this is only the filter table. Is the filter, this is only the filter layout is where you're going to ask what you want, okay? But, okay, so let's duplicate this, right? Let's duplicate this. And this is a filter card, right? So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this. Oh, no, no, not this one. This one. Okay. I'm going to put that bigger like this, you know, and to have more. And I'm going to remove this, make this smaller, right? This is my card, right? So I'm going to ask for the cities. Let's put a, you know, yeah, no, this is it's a poor implementation, but you know, it's just for the demo. Um, we can do a better job here, but it's okay. I have this, right? And now I still have my counter here. So this is it's a car style window. So I can go there. I'm in my contacts, right? And I want a search button, right? What does search button do, right? You do a new window, and I'm opening in a car style window, and I'm opening the layout filter card. So when I do this, what happened, right? So, oops. What happened? I click here, boom. My filter is here, right? So, and here I have my counter. I know if I filter like this, I will have 10,000 records, right? I know that beforehand, right? What I want to do now, I want to be able to do this, right? And I want to press a button here. And when I close that window, I want to see the 4 record here. It's a filter, right? So this is my table, my contact table. I want to open the filters, do whatever filter I want, press OK, and then show the record. So let's go to the filter card and create the button, you know. So what the validate button will do, right? I forgot to remember I told you that in every single table of the production I'm making, I have a ID contact. And I have a, a primary key on every single record, right? So I'm going to create this because I didn't create it. And that is the get UUID. Okay. So I have this. So I want my all my records, all my 10,000 records to get an ID. Right? So they all have an ID here, right? Put that here. And put it bigger because it's a UUID. So I'm going to create UUID for all the records that I have here. Okay, so all my records now have a unique identifiers. All of them, correct? Well, so now I want to use the technique that we call transfer of fund set, or Margie, we have a webinar about this transfer of fund set, right?
Yes.
But I'm going to show you, I'm going to combine both techniques. I'm going to combine my single unique table filter with the relationship. And I'm going to add on top of it, I'm going to add the transfer of fund set, right? So how that works. I need to create in that table here a list of contact IDs. So what this is, the summary field, it's a list of the contact ID. So I made this demo many times and I'm going to explain. If I go there and I have 4 results with my selection here, let's put some more. I have 17 results, okay? And those 17 results, right? I can get the list, right? Actually, I don't even need that, you know. Yeah, I forget about it. I don't need that. I don't need that. I need this when I do the self relationship, the self-join relationship. But here, I don't need that. That's the beauty also. So forget about this. Well, cancel. I have 17 results. What I need to do is just a list of, I am in filter, I'm going to contact, and this is my 17 IDs. This is my 17 results. This is the 17 records, right, that this found. I have 17, proof of it, 17. If I change this, I have more and more and more, right? Why? Because I have more results throughout the relationship here, right? I have much more. So now what I do, right? I have this table using a relationship, and throughout this relationship, I get related records. Right? So now what I need, this is the contact transfer fund set, right? And this is a self-join relation. It's a self-join table, right? Right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a field, right, in the contact table, and I call this link transfer of fund set. And this also a global field because I'm going to dump in this field the list of the ID I found, and I'm going to get the fund set throughout this relationship. So now, remember I told you this, it's a self-join relationship, contact to contact. I'm going to want the records. I'm going to link this with the ID because I'm going to dump in this field IDs of contacts. That's all what I need. Now I need a very simple script, but very, very simple. Validate filter. And what I do, I'm going to set a variable local that I'm calling list of contact IDs. Oops. And this is where I'm getting the list of this. Now that I have this, I'm going to set, remember, this global field, I'm going to set this global field in the contact with my variable. Yes, I know I could have said set field list, but I like to use a variable to see what happened, to be able to debug. If you do this, you cannot see the content of this. If you do this, you can see the content of this before you set the fields. Now I close the window. Remember, I am in a car style window. I close, right? And I say, go to related record. Go to related record using the contact transfer showing only. So I did that demo many times. So see, it's a 4 lines scripts, 4, right? And I could remove this one, but I don't want, you know. So I can go here and attach these scripts to the button. So I'm here, right? 10,000 record, correct? I do search. And based on my search here, based on my filters, I have 79 records. It found 79 records. And I want those 79 to show up here. Boom. 79. Let's change. Let's put more, right? Yeah. Now 182. 182. So I transfer the found set. So I was on my filters, right? I select whatever I want. And then let's see what the script is doing, right? So the script is doing validate and perform script. I'm gathering the list of the ID. Why I'm doing this, I'm showing it right now, is because here I have no idea what is the result of this list of contact that you have no idea. If you don't do this, if you don't have the variable here, you cannot see. Here I can. Here are the results. I can see it in the data viewer. I can see what the result. Now I can see what this field will be set. Then I close the window. So I go away from the filter and then I say go to red record. So if I changed, let's change the, you know, so I have 26, for example, right? I start with 182 and my filter here said 26. Now I say, okay, validate, set variable. This is my 26, right? Then this is I set the global field with those 26 IDs. I close the filters and then I say, okay, now you have the 26 IDs in that field. Show me those records. We're using the relationship that you have using those two fields. Boom, 26. So now I'm going to show you the content of this. This field, this is my IDs. Okay, so let's put that bigger and let's put like this, right? This is my 26 IDs. If I change this and I put less, 9, I put 9, I have 9 records. Based on that filter, I have 9 records, right? If I validate this, right? Here are my 9 IDs, and thanks to this, the relationship that I have between this and this, the relationship say, okay, show me those 9 records, right? So now you said you want to do a search, typing like, for example, a name, last name, right? Something like this. Okay, so let's do something here, okay? So let's build it. It will take like 15, 20 minutes. Can you do that, Marge?
Yeah. Then I'll have to go to a meeting probably around 12:30 your time.
Okay, okay. So I want to search, right, by their first name and last name, correct? That's what you want to do. So, and this is the problem of the search, right? So, because I'm going to do a hybrid system now, but I don't want I don't want the hybrid system to be a, you know, pain in the bleep. So, right, you want to search on first name and last name, or you want to search on first name or last name. You want to have this flexibility, correct? But the search, it's a pain to do that, right? The search will be a pain. Um, so let's do this, right? So I'm going to create a filter, right? I'm going to create a filter that, because I want one filter named name, okay? That full name. So that's my full name filter, okay? So global. So I'm going to use this, right? Field. And I'm going to put that field here, right? Put that here. So I want to be able to search on this. So we're going to build a hybrid system. So there's many ways to do that. So I'm going to, so now I have 2 variables. One will be the full name. Whatever I put in the full name, right? So I collect this, correct? So now I close this, right? And I say, if not is empty, full name, perform find, correct? On this. Um, perform find on the contacts, first name. Oh, I need to copy this. So I'm not sure the best way to do this, but oh, I was spelling this thing. This and this, okay? But this won't work. That's the problem. This won't work. This won't work because this will be the same thing, right? You understand what I mean? So if you want to do something like this, because let's say I'm searching Nick, I'm searching for Nick, right? In the filter, Nick. But if you search for this with Nick and this with Nick, nobody will be named Nick. You know, first name Nick, last name Nick, right? You understand? So that's why it's a pain, but we can do that. I'm going to create in the contact table a full name field. And how we do that? Well, that's easy. We combine both and you say substitutes the list of the first and the last. You replace the carry return by a space. So why we do this? I'll show you. So let's which one is the first? Yeah. So now I have my full name here, right? And my full name. So why I'm doing this substitutes? Let's say I'm putting Nick here. Full name is Nick. No space, no space. If I say, yeah, but I don't have a first name, I have only the last name. I have Hunter, no space here, no space here. If I put Nick, boom, space. If you do this way, you're screwed. I put Nick here. I have Nick and a space. If I put Hunter, I have a space here, right? Only if I put both, then I'm okay, right? So this is a bad technique, right? I know you can use a trim stuff, but it's not. The best is to use this technique here, right? So you get the list of the first name, last name. Oops, I forgot to. I did that demo many times, but I can do it again. So you do the list of this, and you're going to replace the carry return by a space. But if you don't have a carry return because you have only Nick or Hunter, is not going to replace it. So you say substitute this, and you replace this by a space. Correct? So now I have my full name. So now I can do a perform find. So I'm looking for the full name with this, right? So now I have a hybrid system. And I said, yes. So that okay, right? But I'm using this instead, not this. I'm using this. So this is a hybrid system. It's not my favorite, but in that case, we have no choice than to do this, right? So how it works. So let's delete that record. And I'm going to put something that I'm going to search for Jacob, for example. Okay. So click here. I'm looking for Jacob with this stuff here, right? Let's see if I found it. I've none, right? So why said no? That's funny. Oh yeah. So yeah, because the full name here, uh, because he couldn't find it because why it doesn't find it? Yeah, it doesn't find it because nobody. So you need to put the right name. You need to. Otherwise, you need to put the star. I mean, to do the demo of this, I prefer to do a an extension. I will do an extension of 2 additional days. What about this? Right? Because this is the BS technique, and I don't like it because I need to do this something like this uh, with the star and star something. But even if you do this, it won't work very well. If I do find and I do this, normally it will. No, see, um, it will do only if I do this. Neither. Why? Oh, sorry, my bad. I need to initiate the full name here. I forgot to do that. So it might work better. Replaced by the first name. First name, yeah. Yeah, it might work now. Because I was surprised to have no record here. Yeah, now it works. Okay. So but I'm going to do an extension and show you a better technique than this because this is quick and dirty and I don't like this. So let's say I look for Jacob, right? I have 10,000 record. I look for Jacob and I look for Jacob inside this configuration, right? But I have only 9 record here. So let's put some more. Make sure that I have, more, uh, more result because otherwise I might not find anything. So here we do. I'm collecting whatever I put here in the full name, right? And I'm collecting the list of IDs, right? So I have whatever in the full name and the list of IDs. I set the link for the transfer fund set. Close the window. Full name is not empty. I'm searching for Jacob. And then I'm using and say yes. But within those 36 records, show me only the one that are part of this list. Boom. And I have 270, right? So that lot. Yeah, it showed me all. Hold on a second. Why I said this? Because I said only the found set. Match on all record in a current found set. Huh. Why? Why show all the 70? Because he showed Miles Alvarez and is not part of the. Yeah, it's this. I never use that technique, but it's okay. I can do an extension because I said this. I perform right, and then I said go to a record, but he should have uh, give me. He shouldn't have done this. So we can do the opposites. Yeah, sorry for that. It's not perform find. Is constrained. I never. I almost never use those constraint things. I have a better technique. I'm going to show. So anyway, if Marge, you want more topics, so that will be one of it. So I'm going to
Okay.
do an extension of this.
Yeah.
So
I had a
yeah,
feeling that we were running into an extension of this. It's one of those things that was not a one-day adventure.
yeah, it doesn't find it doesn't constrain why full name that, or maybe because I have none. So let's do a test first, okay? Because so let's blank everything. I want all the records, right? So let's blank all. So I have 10,000, you know. I just want to search for Jacob, see if he found it. See this is the problem. It's slow. It gets slow. Why? Because you use the a constraint, right? So yeah, okay. This is not definitely this is not a good technique, but it's an hybrid system that I don't like. There's a better way, and I'm going to show you this next time. I'm going to extend this because I couldn't finish the demo I want to do. Um, because I had many things to demonstrate for this and
Do
more
you want
interesting that
to do this tomorrow instead, and then I can shuffle the conditional formatting day two to some other
can
day?
you do that?
Yeah.
FileMaker, they want Scream.
Yeah. Let's do
Sure,
that.
okay. Yeah,
Cool.
let's do that. But I might need more time. So yeah, let's see how tomorrow goes.
Yes.
And yeah,
Well,
because
if you
I
want to do a third day, then the fourth day, then I'll let you do that as well. Because we do have a
yeah,
lot of questions today that we did not get to.
yes. So because I want to demonstrate many things like like a maximum do, minimum do. Like if I change this, it changed the results, right? So you have the minimum, maximum. You can say 75,000 and 15,000, right? So um, see, so you can do that as well using the same technique. So a range, right? So you have many other things that you can use like this. So this topic is vast, but this are by typing the name, right? Um, I really do want to show you the best technique for that, right? But um, it's a good technique what I'm going to show you, but there's restrictions, right? I mean, it's not like you can find on every single field you want, right? You need to limit that's limitation, right? But you can still do this. Right? And I'm going to, I don't know, to be honest with you, I forgot how to do this type of search here. I forgot. I wasn't expecting this, so I didn't use this for a long time. This hybrid search stuff, um, you know, and I really don't know why it's so freaking slow. By the way, it shouldn't be, right? Oh, this is slow. This is slow. Yeah, because I'm showing the 10,000 records, but that's okay. And this, yeah, it was doing the constraint. So it's because I need, for example, um, I have a Jacob in San Francisco and in Dallas. Okay. So let's do it again. Let's put Dallas. Do I have Dallas? Yeah, Dallas. Right. I have a Jacob in Dallas, right? So I have 10,000. Validate. Why do this? Something wrong here. I might have broken something. So anyway, so let's continue tomorrow. I'm going to check on this, right? And because definitely here we have a problem. So we're going to do that tomorrow, right?
Yes, we are. Cool. All right, Nick. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for coming. People who ask
Yes.
questions, I do see them. I have saved them. I will fling them at Nick tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Bye bye.
See you tomorrow.